This video is on management, which is all about making sure your team meets or exceeds their goals.
An effective manager sets clear expectations, develops team members, and incorporates feedback.
As a manager, it's important to always remember to provide appreciation, feedback, and coaching.
Here's an example of a manager working with a team member.
An effective manager strives for outstanding results added up over time, while using an equity and a justice lens. Managers focus on setting the what, the goals, while team members focus on the how, actions and tactics. Do more upfront work to set clear expectations and goals and outcomes for work, along with consistently checking in on the work's specific progress. The more effort you put at the beginning means you have less micromanaging later on in the project. Individually tailor your management approach to each person. Treat people how they want to be treated. Set clear and accessible norms for working together. For example, communication, accountability, and feedback. Build a culture of constant appreciation, feedback, and coaching at every opportunity. For examples, each meeting, action, or review of plans and documents.
Hey Jasmine, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Really excited to meet today. I feel like our team has got a lot of good progress going on right now.
Definitely, yeah. And I have a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, how's everything been going with the community outreach team?
It's been really good. I've definitely been feeling a little nervous when it comes to facilitating certain things. You know, I do feel like I need a little support in that area.
Yeah, well that's great. I'm glad we're having this meeting so we can talk through that today.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I think also, I mean, I've heard that from other people on the team as well, some team leaders. I think overall a lot of our events are coming really strong, but I think on my end, I definitely want to focus on making sure that you and other team leaders have the support for facilitating your individual groups on the team.
Awesome, thank you.
So yeah, let's kind of dive into it then. What do you want to talk about specifically today?
Today I would really like to focus on just how I get that support for some of the facilitations that I have to do. I've been a little nervous about what I'm going to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that sounds great. Really excited to talk about facilitation with you and want to give you that support. I also wanted to check in on the past week's events because I know you had a big canvas this past week.
Yes.
So it was amazing how many people showed up for it. Congrats.
Thank you. It was a little nerve-wracking, and I don't know. I just wasn't really sure exactly how to stop the conversations though when we were talking to people about very important things to them.
Yeah.
So looking for some support in that.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's always tough when you don't want to interrupt good conversations.
Yeah.
I know also you had a little less time because you had a lot of roles that you were filling in the canvas, so you were already stretched kind of thin. Wanted to just kind of talk through maybe in the future how we can make sure that you're training other people up and using these as opportunities for leadership development among your other team members. That way you don't have to be pulled in a million directions.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I was all over the place.
Yeah, well, I'm going to send you some resources and we can kind of talk through ways that you can ask other volunteers to help take on some of that work and responsibility. That way you don't have to be the canvas captain going forward. They can do that instead because they'll have the training.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say you did a great job with sending thank you letters to all of your canvassers. I think that that's a really special thing and really makes a difference in the long run for the canvassers continuing to show up. So, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, so was there anything about the canvas that was giving you particular challenges or anything that you really felt unsure about?
Well, like I said earlier, I wasn't really sure how to end conversations with people once we really get them going. So even if I do have a lot of people doing other things and I don't feel pulled in multiple directions, how do I politely get out of the conversation to go knock on someone else's door?
Yeah, that's a great question. So were these conversations related to the material you were out canvassing for?
Yes.
Okay. Was it because you felt like you needed to kind of connect people with resources?
And that is part of it. I definitely felt like I just wanted to give them everything I knew at that point, even though I know we want to get them involved in the cause so they can learn more and do more, but
Yeah.
a lot of people just wanted that information right then and there.
I see. Do you have a script that's pretty solid, or how do you feel about your script?
I think my script is okay. I don't know if I've had you review it.
Yeah, I would love to take a look then.
Okay, great.
So Jasmine, I wanted to talk to you about the next big project coming up with the community outreach team. We are going to have a community town hall in 3 months, and I would love for us to have 70 attendees there.
That's a lot.
Yes, but I was wondering, like, do you think that you'd be able to put together a proposal in the next 3 weeks of kind of what that would look like for the community outreach team in terms of like the events and how you're going to reach out to people, how you're going to track the RSVPs, all that stuff?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, let's check in 3 weeks then.
Okay, awesome. I will.
Do you have any questions before we get started?
Is there maybe an example that I can use of anything that has worked in the past?
Yeah, actually, one of our partner issue campaigns just held a really successful town hall on a different issue. So I'd love to show you their plan, and maybe that'll be of use to you.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. 3 weeks later. So, Jasmine, thanks so much for submitting the proposal.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I really like your idea for street canvassing, and I also am just very excited that you're also going to be knocking doors.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about all the things in the proposal?
I'm feeling good about it. We also want to do some social media campaigning, and I think that once we actually do some street canvassing and get more people who are just walking past every day, we'll get the number that we're looking for.
Great. So yeah, Jasmine, something I wanted to talk to you about was, I know that you had mentioned feeling a little bit lost with like how to actually train up other Canvas captains, and I realized I hadn't given you any support or resources on how you can do that. So I was thinking something I want to focus on is helping you and supporting you, being more intentional about that, so that way you can train up other team members to be team leaders.
That would be really, really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you think would be helpful for me to do for you? Anything I can do better or do differently?
For me personally, sometimes having a script example of what it is that I can say or just prompts to keep my conversations going would be really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to put that together for you, and then we can review it next meeting.
Cool. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. All right, Jasmine. So as we wrap up, I just want to make sure I captured both of our to-dos out of the meeting. So I'm going to put together a script for you, a sample script, and I'm also going to make sure that I put together some resources for you to help you train up other team leaders. And I think there were a few to-dos coming out of your proposal for street canvassing coming up. So I wrote them down, and I also have that you've got a canvas in 2 weeks for knocking doors.
Yes. So the script that you said you'll get me, you'll be able to get it to me in about a week or so?
Yes, next Monday I will have it in your inbox.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was really helpful.
Yes, thanks, Jasmine. Great job.
Thanks.